It's Insta-Cash Grenada. Imagine a game with no numbers to choose from, no draws to wait on, and you can play it every day, including Sunday. That's Insta-Cash. It's fast, it's easy to play, and you win prizes instantly. Insta-Cash. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA. Making dreams come true.
Cathwell Stationery Services Limited announces its massive blowout sale on all stationery for school and office. Get copy paper at just $18 per ream. Enjoy up to 18% off folders, cardstock, Bristol boards, ink and toner cartridges, laptops, office furniture, and more. To order now, call 442-5848 or 5747. Or call 435-3377 and get free delivery island-wide and the lowest prices nationwide. Or visit our outlet on Scott Street, St. George's, where we guarantee the lowest prices daily. Cathwell Stationery Services Limited, the reliable office supply people.
Yeah. Welcome to Ride Along Live. Welcome to Monday on the Ride. Guys, you know, every time I come on this program, it's always delightful. It's always blessed. I'm always happy to be with you guys on whatever day it is, whatever day of the week it is. It's always my pleasure. I just came back from a long trip and had a lot to do, had a lot of preparations to make on things. And the real truth sometimes, you know, I always come on to project that happiness and glee but today I'm not so happy. I'm not a happy camper. No, I'm not. It's kind of like a overcast kind of day when you observe things happening, and as much as you try and you think that, you know, you want things to go differently, but it's just obviously not. Things are not going right, and it is sad, right? It is very sad. Now, this is not the primary conversation for today, because we do in fact have a young lady who is going to be speaking to us about a very serious situation that occurred with her daughter. But before I bring her on, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what I'm seeing happening to our people, right? I've always said this, and in fact, last week we had a whole conversation on how media and the role media play in terms of, you know, the conversation of preaching the conversation or just leading the conversation on togetherness, because we cannot clap. One hand cannot clap. We cannot go forward without each other. We cannot transform half of our people. And it's sad, very sad, when we look and we see that, again, our leaders continue to fail us. Our leaders who were voted in to bring us together as a people, they are continuously and continue to fail us. What happened, again, I said that this would not be the day for us to talk about this, because I know that there is a range of emotions that's going on both sides. But what I see happening here, guys, and reactions on social media is very displeasing, it's disheartening. It is a sad moment. I'm seeing people who I really had respect for and thought that they were people of high morals and character. Instead of them coming out and speaking out about something that is deplorable and vile, they are adding to the echo chamber of madness, right? And it don't matter which side that noise is coming from. It is incumbent on us as people that are placed in a position, or who much is given to, or may have a certain educational level that people look up to, that you try your best to at least call out things that just is pure madness. I really said I wasn't going to get into that today because, again, that's not the topic for discussion today. But it has to be addressed. Yesterday, a video circulated on social media. A lot of you probably saw the video. And the video basically showed the former prime minister making very disparaging and senseless comments. And it doesn't matter who the comments was targeted to. It doesn't matter who he meant the statement to. It don't matter if it's a John Doe or someone that is known or whatever. The fact of the matter is, when a leader set the tone for this type of conversation, his followers follow suit. His followers, the people who look up to him, the people who listen every word that he say, follow suit. And I hope and I wish that the people would reach out to the former prime minister and let him know that these kind of statements are non-statesmanlike, should not be uttered in a public forum. When you have kids in high school and primary schools that we are reaching out to every day and try to teach them decorum and good practice as a person and try to correct them right from wrong. And here we are at this level, and we are basically signaling to them that this type of behavior is okay, it's all right. It have to be spoken out against. We have to be better than that. Now, it's one thing again, guys, to have this type of conversations. And well, I don't even think that is one thing to have these conversations, because I believe that if you are in a position of power, you're voted in, you are put in that position to bring people together, not divide, not separate, but to bring people together. It's sad. And the fight and the back and forth and the BS that's been happening on social media, guys, is that now we have people referring to other elected officials in that derogatory way. Another fight, another battle, well, that I knew was going to come out from this, because that tone is set by the leadership at the top. Because we have to be better than this. We have to be much better than this. We cannot continue to allow this type of gutter, it's like gutter, nasty, stinking, low-down kind of politics. If that is politics, that shouldn't be even politics. Let us get back to debating. Let the politicians and them get back to debating things that have sense now. When people could look up to somebody in elected office and say, you know what? I want to be like this person, or I want to be a parliamentarian. I want to be in that position one day. But these type of leaders or these type of utterances is only widening the gap, widening the divide. And people say, well, Junior, why are you even talking about this? I saw someone made a statement today under the post, and they said, why are you even talking about this? It's not something that you should talk about, because no names was mentioned. Someone went as far as to say, well, when we're talking about it, we're giving it more power. We're giving it more boost out there in the international world. The truth and the fact about it, guys, I think if we don't address these matters, if we don't talk about these matters, then it is seem like it is okay, right? It would get progressively worse over time. It would be as if it is the norm. So this is really bothering me. I mean, this is really seriously bothering me, that politics have to reach to that level, or politicians are I even go elevating the conversation, de-elevating the conversation, dropping the conversation, to this type of gutter, nasty, stinking politics. For what? For what? And what's happening on social media today is the back and forth rant, people calling people names and all of this stuff. Neighbors, because you may not support this political agenda. No, they're calling you that nasty name because the leader set the tone. Now, someone said to me, what is the difference when the Prime Minister said about when he spoke on the platform and he spoke about take susu in you, so and so, right? And folks said, well, what's the difference with that and the former Prime Minister now coming out and say that? To me, and we covered that, right? To me, I think that's a major difference. I think it's totally different. From how I see this, I see it as different. People probably see it as similar. I don't see the similarities in these two circumstances. We have two leaders, not we. We started the debate, we started the conversation, we started the listening to people. Last week we started it, and I plan to do more of these engagements over time to get people's position on this. Only to find out minutes later or days later that we sink down in a bigger hole. It's worse now because of the bickering and fighting, people calling people names, neighbors, friends, families that I've observed on Facebook, some dirty, gutter nonsense. Makes absolutely no sense. So I'm not happy today, guys. I'm not happy today. I can't come on here and glee and, I am not happy today. I'm not. You can't pretend, right? This have to be called out. And let me take this time. Again, we have our guest on the program, and I'm going to give her opportunity to share her story. I'm going to read this post that was made by not necessarily a friend of mine. We had our crosses in the past. But he made a statement here. His name is Mr. Anthony Bridgman. And as you know, we have a history. But I just want to call this out here because Anthony Bridgman made a post of sense. And I think that sentiment needs to be echoed. He said, as leaders, we must also be willing to reflect and acknowledge that we were wrong in saying something that is inappropriate and hurtful to others. We control the narrative, and we need to be aware of our words. Hearing those words from the political leader was wrong and disappointing because of the work he's doing in New York with adolescents to inculcate respect, inclusivity, and tolerance. That's coming from Mr. Anthony D. Bridgman. Again, not necessarily a friend of mine, not necessarily a friend of the platform, but he made those statements, and that I think need to be the echoing sentiments. You don't follow this BS and say it is okay, right? This has gone to the dogs. This has gone to the dogs. So I want to take a part of this program. Again, we have a young lady on the program that's going to share her story, and I'll give her an opportunity to share her story. But I want to take a few minutes, guys, to hear your voices on this particular matter, on this particular situation right here. Give me a call, 718-701-5720. Let's have a brief discussion, because it is important that these things be addressed. A lot of people reached out to me, and they encouraged me, don't escalate this even more, because escalating and having conversation on it would just further the separation and the divide. I don't believe so. I believe these are the things that we need to talk about. These are the things that we need to discuss. These are the things that we need to have panel discussions on. And since a lot of the politicians, only batting in their crease, they're just preaching to the choir and to their supporters. We are going to take it a little bit out of the box, right? And be unafraid to call out politicians when they come with nonsense And it doesn't matter which side of the table that you're sitting on. It doesn't matter which side you are sitting on. If any politician comes out with this kind of nasty utterance, this kind of dirty gutter politics, or this kind of dirty reference to individuals, that within our community, they need to be called out. They need to be called out. Dr. Mitchell should be ashamed, I believe. Dr. Mitchell, as Mr. Anthony D. Bridgman here said and stated, and I give him props for it, and he himself might be shocked that I'm saying this, I give him props. Just for that statement, there might be some kind of hope. There might be hope. So let me take this 2 minutes, guys. Lois JJ, my producer, spare me this. Caller on the line who's about to share her story, spare me this time. I want to take this 2 minutes to open the phone lines to get your reaction to this. And let's talk about not just bashing and not just criticizing, but let us see how or what we need to do. Where are we playing a role? Are we playing a role in this divide? And what can we do to make the situation better? That is what we need to speak about. It's not just criticizing Dr. Mitchell and calling him names, or criticizing his supporters and calling them names. They are Grenadians too. What is it that they want? What is it that they aim to get out of this? Going and calling friends and families and neighbors and fellow elected officials the same name that their leader is now calling or mentioned in that viral video that was taped yesterday, that was on a live yesterday. Give me a call, guys. Let's talk real quick. Again, my producer is in shock because this was not a conversation that we was going to have today, but I really think that it's important to have. So spare me this time, guys. Give me a call, 718-701-5720. Let us have this brief conversation, this moment in time, where we really talk about constructive conversation and constructive dialogue. Because our politics, our politicians, our government is a reflection of us. Right? The government of the day is a reflection of the people, because the people is who elected them there. So if we have the world looking at this, looking at us, and we don't speak about inclusivity, we don't speak about the individual, the person who might be going through a situation in their life, and you want to refer to them as that, and when somebody see them, they want to say, fire for this person, or burn this person, or this kind of statement. I blocked 5 people on the program on Ride Along today. I blocked 5 individuals today because they came up and, you know what they said? The same word that the leader said, and he said they must dead. Yeah? The same exact word that leader uttered, the same word that he uttered, and he said that they must dead. Really? Let's take this first call. Caller, you live. Hello?
Good afternoon, Junior.
Hey, sir.
My brother, Doug Howard here in Brooklyn, New York.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, I'm a fan of your program for a long time. And I listen to all of the political meetings all over the Caribbean. I listen to the politics of the Caribbean because I will really love to see one Caribbean nation. And that is one of my goals. I really think we could achieve it. But when I listen to the heads of states in particularly, especially when come to campaign politics or something they disagree with in the parliament, whether the opposition or the government, the kind of vile thing is coming from them. I think we have to. I like your program because it is showing a brighter light on the wrong that they are doing. And they got to be mindful that other people listen. Young and upcoming people is listening to the program. Some of them is assimilating to what they are saying, and some of them is learning from them, and they are going to take that nasty gutter politics and take it into their lives, especially if they want to achieve political office. And it is happening in all the islands, Junior, from Guyana right up to Belize and Jamaica, even up into the Bahamas. We have it here in the United States too. But we are a small island. We come from a lot of different small island nations, and we cannot do certain things that other big countries are doing because it affects us more, and we get a bigger bang for our wrong.
Yes.
And what I believe is that they should have some kind of censorship, some kind of punishment should be meted out to people who break certain codes, Junior, because this thing gotta stop, and it gotta stop some way, somehow, someplace. And I have to give you a lot of kudos for showing it up, because I don't think we can afford to hide these things under the bush no more. We gotta expose them. And I'm about to write a small pamphlet, a book about the negative things, disparaging things that was said by the Prime Minister St. Vincent from March of 2001 up to the present time. And I am about to compile a little booklet to show people the actual word, and everything will be in quotation. And you have to expose them. Thank you for what you are doing, Junior. Thank you so much. I always enjoy your program. As you know, I'm a follower of your program. I'm a supporter of your program. And I think you are on the right path. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. We appreciate you. Now, here's what I want. And I'm asking for this, right? I'm asking for this. I want someone that have no issues, no qualms, no problems with what was said on the short clip, all right? And again, regardless of who the former prime minister was referring to, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who he was making reference to, right? Regardless, I want you to call in and publicly state your point. Let's have this conversation. State your point on why you think that this is okay, or even if you don't think it's okay, you might think that it is not a problem, or it is a regular thing. It's something that we should not even talk about. People who feel no way about this, give me a call. I want to hear your voices. I want to hear your voice, right? Again, it's not about bashing anyone. It's having a conversation. It's having a conversation. Again, guys, I want to put on record. I want to put on record my disgust, my displeasure on any elected official or any person for that matter coming on a public forum and using that forum to divide and cause undue hardship, hurt, and pain on other individuals. Hey, I could come on here, guys, and say very nasty things about people, of sectors of people, and cause hatred among that population of people. The media have the power to do that. I could come here any day and create a whole stir up, a whole set of protests about certain things. But to whom much is given, much is expected. I understand the platform that we have. I understand the power that we have by just this microphone that sits on my chest. I understand that this microphone and my voice have the ability to do that. So there are certain things I will not say. There are certain things that I will not post. There are certain things that we would not get engaged in. Certain conversation that we will stay away from. So how could we be held at a higher standard than elected officials? Nobody elected me no place. I was never elected into political office. But I am choosing to do these things for the better good, for the gooder good, as they might say, of the community. But politicians who were elected by people to bring people together, to bring benefits, and who've been there in the political realm for 23 plus years, they don't feel that they have that responsibility. They don't feel like they have a responsibility. So we are held as media people at a higher standard than them politicians. When the Parliament of the land is the highest office in the land. How could that be? Think about it. Think about it. How could that be? There's something wrong here, guys. There's something blatantly wrong. There is a fault. There is a fault. It's a problem. And that problem needs to be fixed, because I don't foresee the coming together of a people. I don't foresee we working together if we continue on that path. And the problem is the way how our Constitution is set up. The way how our Constitution was set up. We were given a Constitution from Great Britain. And in that Constitution, it says that in order to change any article on that Constitution, this Constitution, so many different things, like the renaming of Carriacou and P.T. Martinique adding Carriacou and P.T. Martinique to the passport, all these things. In order to make these changes, we need a 2/3 majority, a 67% majority. And there's no single party that have that 2/3 majority, which means that the government party have to partner with the opposition party in order to make any significant change so we could go forward. There can be no successful referendum to change anything, whether to change Grenada to a republic, and everybody saying, why do we have to say His Majesty and His Majesty's prison? And that will never change. It will never change. Reason why it would never change is simply because we are too separated and divided. And the people who are separating us and dividing us are the same people who was put in position to bring us together. It's laughable, right? That a journalist, I'm not a journalist, by the way. I'm not a journalist. No form, no shape of the word. But it is laughable that a journalist working in a media stations on the island is held to a higher regard than a politician that was elected and being paid by the people to bring us together. It is laughable. There's certain things that we would not even say because it would incite violence. It would erupt negative attitude amongst people. We are held at a higher standard. Hold on, guys. I think I have a caller on the line. Hold on. This is what I'm going to do. And let me apologize to my guest. Cindy, are you there? Cindy, are you there? Cindy?
Yeah.
I want to apologize to you, Cindy, because I want to hear your story and I want to give you the full due time to share your story. But something came up and I want to not just apologize, but I want to reschedule you. Is that possible? We could do this conversation tomorrow?
Well, that's all right. That's okay. Yes, we can do it tomorrow.
I appreciate that. I just need to deal with the situation right here. And I promise you I'll give you the full hour tomorrow so we can hear your story. Very important story that needs to be heard. All right?
All right.
Sorry about that.
I appreciate it.
All right, thank you so much. All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, I wanted to do this, guys. Yeah, seriously. I don't do this. I might lose my job for this, right? Because my boss is watching. Lois JJ is watching. I don't do this, but I have to. I think it's necessary. Let us dedicate this time to speak about this, right? No guests, just me, just you, voicing your anger, your rage, your frustration about what is happening to your 133 square miles, to a Caribbean region. right? Express your disgust, your anger, your frustration, your thoughts, your ideas, your vision, your whatever it is. On this program here today, open phone lines. Let's hear what you have to say. And I don't want anybody after this to say a word, to go and post anything, because this is your opportunity to jump on right now. I already canceled my guest, and she will join us tomorrow. Again, I apologize. But I want to use this time, this opportunity, to hear from you. Forget about the memes. Forget about the negative attacks. I don't care. It don't hurt me anyway. But let's forget about that and let us have this conversation here. You're free to disagree with me 100%. I will give you the opportunity to disagree. If you see anything right, if you see anything progressive, if you see anything that is nation building coming out of this stuff right here, give us a call, let us talk. The number is right there on the screen. Or if you want, send me a WhatsApp. I will call you if you don't want to call. General conversation, open phone line. Let us talk about it, right? This need to stop. This seriously need to stop. Right? Someone just messaged me here, so I'm just telling them to call in. 718-701-5720, guys. We are talking about this because I am very displeased. I feel a high sense of disgust. Let's take this call. Caller, you live. Hello?
Yes. Hi, I'm just calling from Toronto.
Toronto, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, but a little bit really upset at the moment. Yeah, this thing there is for an opposition leader. It's deplorable. It's sick. It puts a very nasty image on our country. I could go back a little bit during the campaign, because that has always played in my mind, and I'm going to say it now. When he was saying to people on the stage, all he talk about is Susu, is Susu. When you guys see him, call him Susu. And I said that's a bad precedence for young children, because as a prime minister at the time, telling people to bully others by name calling, it was not a good thing. But with this here, what is out there? What is out there streaming around? It's deplorable. It's sick. He is, sorry to say it, I know you don't like people to say things like this, but he is nasty. Plain nasty. And if the people who follows this man cannot see this is time for them to say, I have to get out of this pigsty, because it's a pigsty. Keith Mitchell needs to be disciplined. He cannot handle his losses. It's almost 2 years, and he cannot handle his losses. This man needs to grow up, and Grenadians need to see now that there is no way this man should ever, not even run the government anymore, but should even hold a seat in Grenada anymore, because this is sick. It's very, very sick. And he mentioned something in the clip that you show where he was saying, oh, he never see anybody go into a police station and say, I murdered somebody. I don't know which world he is living in, because that happens all the time where people give up themselves. It has happened here in Canada. I know it has happened in the States many times. So Keith Mitchell, anyhow, I can't find any more words to say how deplorable and how demented that man is. He needs help. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So this is the video that we're speaking about. This is what we're speaking about, guys. I'm sure you have ears, sure they work properly, sure you were able to understand exactly what was said. And for those of you who don't understand the context of it, I did a video earlier that I'm going to put in the description of this video here that puts it into further context. But that's the video that we were speaking about. Caller Live, where are you calling us from?
Hi, Junior. I'm calling from the UK.
UK, go right ahead.
You remember about maybe 3 months ago, we had the untimely departure of one John T. Robinson. And there was a statement from the opposition in regards to what the current government should and shouldn't be doing to bring justice to the young man.
Yes. John T.
And yes, and I remember being on your show giving some key points and bringing light to the fact that a lot of things that we hear and a lot of things that people say on social media to get attention and to bring light into certain things is all because of their political stronghold. And a lot of people became very, very disgusted with what I had to say. But my grandmother always say, he with the sharpest tongue will cut his own throat. And ladies and gentlemen, here we are, the culprit all along. The use of the LGBT community to make, break, to regard to certain people as certain things, as a scapegoat for so many things, is the reason why we're seeing a lot of things happening with our community at the end of the day. Is the reason why we have a lot of people in the media and stuff pushing certain agendas. It is, our community is used as a pawn to manipulate certain outcomes and to push certain agendas in people's minds, from the church to the school. And we have a prime example which has been shown with our previous prime minister. And it's something that everyone, whether in the country or in the diaspora, should take note of.
Yes. Yes.
That's all I have to contribute.
Thank you so much, caller. We appreciate your input as always. Thank you. From the UK. Open phone lines, guys. Let's talk about this. We are talking about this, the fact, it's a sad fact that we have a first-year journalist who probably just started to work at a media organization. They are held at a higher standard, some reason, held at a higher standard, because I'm sure they have been told things that they cannot say or should not say for fear, because you have a power, right? I take cues from just knowing the vibration of people. But there are many things, guys, that I could say. I could talk about all this kind of stuff to start erupting protests, or to get people very upset, or to get people acting out. I could do it. We could do it. We have the platform to do it. But we won't, because we have a responsibility. Doesn't politician have a responsibility as well? Caller live. Hello?
Junior, good night. What's up?
Yeah, good night. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Yes.
I am not surprised by the behavior of many media professionals in Grenada. Let's go back to the U.S. campaign with Barack Obama and John McCain. You remember that story?
Which one?
When they had the tongue on the CNN and the white guy tried to say Obama is the devil and he decided that. You remember that story?
No. Well, go ahead.
When When the white guy said Obama is a devil and he's not American, and John McCain took the mic and he denounced everything.
Right, John McCain, right. When John McCain and Barack Obama, right.
Okay.
When John McCain took the mic and he said, and he defended Obama, who he was running against at that time.
Okay.
Yes.
That's one. Two, the Bible says, woe be unto a shepherd that leads his flock away. I always say, look at the character of the people that follow that support Kim Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the things he said about Ari Jordan, Nazenbok, and he continued on and on. Kieran Mora, when Kieran is coming back, he tried to downgrade you when I see nobody. This is not the first time. This man showed himself time and time over and over and over again. His character, his bitterness, his selfishness. As former Prime Minister, one of the most decorated in the Caribbean, every media personnel, including churches, should denounce that kind of behavior. Mm-hmm. We will not transform, we will not rise other people unless we stop our hypocrisy. Done for the night.
Yes. Point taken right there. Thank you so much, caller. It's true. We have to start holding these politicians accountable. Because you know what I feel? You know what I see? I see danger, right? I see danger right now. Because if you look through your feed, and there's a lot of people that I don't follow, just for my mental state of mind. There are a lot of people I don't follow because I don't want their status. I don't want to hear what they have to say. I don't follow. But oftentimes my producer gets all of this stuff. God help her, because she has to go through a lot of filter stuff. She sees a lot of stuff that don't get sent down to me. But what's been happening on social media, guys, which is frightening, is now people are arguing and calling people out. Anybody that they don't agree with, they are calling them out. The same name that their leader pronounced, or that the leader established that you should call out people. They're taking hints, they're taking cues from him, they're taking the lead from him. So I'm saying, what if the leader came today and say, followers or supporters, we cannot go down that road. We cannot continue down that road, because he would know he's been there for a very long period of time. I believe his followers, supporters would take cue from and hint from him as well. Right? The truth and the fact of the matter is, he doesn't want to do it. He chooses not to do it. Instead, he's batting in his crease and he's talking to his followers, speaking to his followers. And his followers, and I'm not just saying it's only one side doing this, because there have been response. I'm seeing back and forth, continuous argument over, this person feel insulted, so they feel the need to argue back to them. And this is what's been happening. It's time for the leaders at the top to say enough is enough. This is crap. This is shit. This is BS. This can't happen. The leaders, they have to take the lead. So someone said, what about Cam Jones? Cam Jones has a radio program. Cam Jones manages his program the way how he manages his program. But Cam Jones is not an elected official. Cam Jones, as far as I checked, I don't remember anybody electing Cam Jones to any political office. So you can't hold myself, Cam Jones, on the same level to a person that you elected and put into office. And I'll say it here publicly. A lot of things that Cam say, I don't agree with it. He's my friend, we speak, and he run his program, but things that he say, I wouldn't say it. And things that I say, he probably wouldn't say it. We're different individuals, different personalities. But you can't hold him and myself to the same level of which you have someone who is at the helm, sits in the highest, almost in the highest office, Parliament, and contribute to the development or should contribute to the development of the country. You can't hold somebody like Kem on the same standard. He's a private citizen. He's a private citizen. 718-701-5720. Let's continue to have this conversation right here. Because again, I see a lot of talk, a lot of crap going around, a lot of conversation happening. And I want to give the people who are speaking and a part of this noise, I want to give you an opportunity to talk. Tell me, what about this that you think have anything to do with nation building? How does this help the conversation of bringing us into or teaching our kids, or uplifting the country, or taking us out to hardship, or bringing down the price of oil and gas, or anything positive for that matter? How is that adding to that debate? Jump to the phone lines. Call you live. Hello?
Good evening, one and all. I'm
Hi.
calling from Canada.
Canada, how are you doing?
Shocked,
Yes.
very shocked. But then there is a saying, in time, one's true colors of who one is will come out, especially when they're not in a position where they want to be. So thus, anger, the frustration, it comes out who the true person, the character of that individual is.
Yes.
As per your question, what does it do for nation building? It has just brought Grenada down.
Yes.
A political leader, no, let me rephrase this. Many years ago, for those of us who were not knowledgeable or were not informed, in the past I may have made comments, but not in that regards.
Yes.
But as we grow, we travel, internet, WhatsApp being available, we learn and we meet people and we realize individuals is the individuals. And what I've learned over the years, you see the word love, one of the commandments from the Almighty.
Yes.
We are not here to judge nobody. That's not our role. There's two important things we are on this world right now for. One, to love our Creator and to love others. If you cannot love others, you cannot love the Creator.
And you can't love yourself.
And you can, but that's just showing who the person, how they think of themselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I didn't take psychology, but if you get some psychologists on the program, they could break it down for you even better.
Yes.
However, our people, our Grenadians, whether those at home and those living in Grenada, we need to recognize what it is and put a stop. No tolerance, because it is not we are not on this planet to judge people. We are on this planet to help others, to be of service to each other.
Right. To uplift
to help
and build.
people grow.
Yes.
To build. To aspire, build. That's what our Grenada is all about.
Yes.
So now, being that a political leader for so many years, I've made that statement, that is very dangerous. It is very dangerous. It is dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because a small percentage will take on that same sentiment.
Yes.
For those that do not know better or don't know to draw the line, that's not our role. That's not our role.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Kola, you're right on
Our
point there.
role is to, yes.
And as they say, to aspire, build, and advance as one people. There's
Thank
no
you.
one people in this situation right here. It's a division collision. It's a collision to ultimate division. And that's what's happening here. But
It
Kola,
is.
thank you so much.
It is.
We appreciate your time. We
Thank you
appreciate
for the opportunity.
All right, no problem. Again, 718-701-5720. I'm going to take a few more minutes on this, guys, because it's an important conversation. But here is what's noticeably absent from this discussion. Because as Kibbs rightfully posted there, we are a safe space, right? I'm all about hearing from people, getting people's feedback, because no one of us have a monopoly on good ideas, right? So we having this general conversation. Call you live. Where are you calling us from?
Good night. I'm calling from Grenada.
Grenada, go right ahead.
Yeah. I think this man should be left alone to dig his own grave for himself. I mean, we see for years this man can't think, you know? And my main concern is that, Mr. Deacon Mitchell don't answer and try to go down that same road, you know? Mm-hmm. But he think differently towards what is happening. That's my main concern. Because this man will not listen to anybody, will not take help from nobody, and just leave him to go down, dig his own hole for himself. But Deacon Mitchell, that he, just stay away from this, listen to your program, listen to the people that are speaking, and don't answer. And just leave him to go down that road for himself. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, caller. Okay, 718-701-5720. And again, guys, I don't care who the former prime minister is referring to when he said that they're cleaning out the whatever man cleaning out everybody. I don't care who he was speaking about. It's obviously that we have a population of people of different ethnicity, different background, different sexual orientation. And as a former prime minister, you were not the prime minister of just people who are straight. You are prime minister of the entire country, of every person, right? So does that mean if you feel that way, then you would give less opportunity to some person who you know is of a different sexual origin or orientation, than your preference? You are not the prime minister of a sect, or were not the prime minister of a certain segment of the population. You were the prime minister of the entire population of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. So when people don't see that as a leader about the inclusive nature of your job, right? Then it startles me to think how effective you actually were in your job and how you made decisions. How did you make decisions? 718-701-5720, that's 718-701-5720. We open up the phone lines right here. We're having this discussion. And I said, noticeably absent from this conversation at this point in time is anyone calling to say that this is okay or this is all right. They don't see any problems with this. Or anyone to defend this type of behavior. And guys, let's not be foolish, right? If it was Deacon Mitchell, if it was Andy Williams, if it was Ron Redhead, if it was Kareem James, or any member that sit at the helm of governance in the country, rest assured that this would be the same conversation that we will be having. And I would say this type of utterances do not belong. It does not belong in the helm of governance of the country. This is not no two rum man sitting buy in lobby in a rum shop, falling down after a little conversation and talking their crap. This is somebody who was elected how many times to lead a particular person. Tells you the frame of mind of the individual. And let's not just hold this against this person, but also let us hold it against anyone. Anyone. Doesn't matter who, doesn't matter what political side they're on. Let us speak out against the nonsense that keep holding us back and keep separating us as a people. United we stand, and that everybody talk those words, and everybody want to earn respect, but you're not going to earn respect if you don't give respect. You're not going to get respect. You can't fight for respect. You can't cuff somebody down and expect them to respect you. Respect is earned. Respect is earned. Someone is 7015720. We're taking your calls right here again. I know that there are many, and if you guys know me well, you know that I don't really care about the things that is said about this platform, about me. It really does not faze me one bit. But there will be talk. Caller, live, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Canada.
Canada, go right ahead.
Yes, sir, Junior. I listened in your program here. I saw a little clip of what you're talking about today. But I did not get the whole sense of it, right? But as I'm listening now, I am picking up some stuff from it, right? But anyways, that's what is going on in Grenada with our past Prime Minister. We have to expect anything from Kit Mitchell. Anything. Don't be surprised. Because I myself has taken a different role, right, in connecting with the Grenadian NNP people to let them know that whatever is happening in Grenada is for country. It's for country, it's for Grenadian people. So let us not take parties and work it against Grenadian people. It wouldn't work like that. Let us all come together and build together. Because I myself have spoken to some NNP people, right? They in need so much, even worse than the one who support Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, right? Mm-hmm. So Kit Mitchell will come and say anything to cause trouble, to put the people in division. And we do not want division. We are going higher, right? So this is the plan of the enemy. It's the work of the enemy to confuse the people mind who do not really understand what is going on in Grenada, right? So I do believe we should take that opportunity, right, and implement it into the community and let them know that we are here to do better for Grenadian people, to make the country go better and higher so we could have good jobs and we could have good manufacturers and stuff coming into Grenada. We should not take on this Kit Mitchell gossiping problem to make trouble for people. We shouldn't even pay no heed to him, to that. What we should focus on is the people that support him, to win them over, because they need more than anyone else in Grenada, as far as I see, right? So now, the next level, what we got to do, we have to pray again. We cease on the prayers for a while, and now we see the head of the devil is coming back again with vengeance to fight our Prime Minister. So I'm asking Grenadians, let us get back in prayers, and let us bind that devil so that our country could go forward and with clear vision, and there wouldn't be no disturbance to hold us back. Right? And let us all communicate with all Grenadians, not just some. Because Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell said it's about all Grenadians and country. It's not about party now, it's about country. And I speak to lots of NNP people, and you know what they says to me? Oh, his time is up. He should have gone a long time. He's finished. He can't do no more. He has to take a back seat. So he knows that, and those people knows that. So we have to push that now.
Yes.
Right? We have to push this kind of information towards the people so that we could shut up Kit Mitchell. Right? So this is my take on it.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Here's what I don't want to project. Here's what I don't want to project. I don't want us to think about this as a us versus them kind of situation. All right? Because I think that ultimately we all lose when we see it like it's us versus them. Who's us and who is them, right? We are one people that share a common culture. We have a same accent. We are one sweet set of people that may have preferences in everything. You may like carob. I may like stag. You may drink Clark's Court. I might like rivers. Or I may not drink any alcohol at all. We are the same people, singular. We are one. We are one people with preferences. You may like NNP and support your leader. I may like GOLP, NDC, or whatever party, and I support my leader. We are still one. We are not fighting each other. I wouldn't hit you or curse you because you like whiskey and I like Clark's Court. Why can't we see that? And why can't our leaders have a conversation, a mature conversation to the country and say, listen, it's about preference. It's not about war. Because although you may not think to yourself that you're not in war, but your supporters are in war. Guys, I understand this media thing so well. I've been doing this for 35 years. I know how I could use media to rile people up. I know how I could make people protest. I know how and what to say, what to do, what kind of videos to make to anger people. I know it. I know how to do it. But I also know, we also know and understand what would make people positive, what would make people feel uplifted, motivated, and eager to do things. I could choose to do either or, and I had the choice to do either or. I chose to do this on a positive track and say to people, it's okay if you like a political organization or a different political organization or a different view. It's okay if your sexual preference is X, Y, or Z. It's fine. We are still one. We're still one. We are not fighting you because you may like this and I may like that. It's silly, right? Why can't politicians do that? I'll tell you why. It's a long-term slavery mentality that is called divide and conquer. And I never learned it. I never learned it so well until I went to Ghana. It's facts. In Africa, the slave owners and the people who masterminded this Atlantic trade, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you some history. They taught us this divide and conquer. They learned this divide and conquer thing so well that a lot of people who made that trip, our ancestors, after we came across here, after they was teleported or brought over to this new world or what have you, we were encouraged or taught that we should never go back to Africa. And if you see videos, you would see Africa have snakes, Africa don't have electricity. We thought that Africa is like you don't want to go back to Africa. Not at all. And you know what they told the people in Africa? They told them that those who left should not be trusted. This is the start of the psychology of divide and conquer. So we were taught never to go back there. Never to go back there. And I'm saying this because it makes perfect sense. Never go back there because it is dangerous, or it's far. You're seeing kids with flies on their lips. And that's the picture that was painted. Politicians use the same idea of divide and conquer, and I'm seeing it. They divide the people, and that is their mantra. It's an old slavery mentality, guys. But we need to break that. We need to break that ideology, that thinking. We first and foremost, some point in time in your life, you need to make that trip. And probably more people make that trip, you would understand what I'm talking about. You would see why you need to reconnect. But you would also get to see that games, those tricks that they played on us, and how these games have been scripted. I don't know if it's a book somewhere that some politician read of how to divide and how to do it well. Some of them get their diploma, their masters, their doctorate in the subject. And what we're seeing right here is a manifestation of that. That is what we're seeing. Wise up, people. Let's call out the bullshit when we see the bullshit. Don't allow this divide to continue. I would also suggest that you don't allow or don't hate your brother or hate your sister or hate someone that you may think have a different political mindset, or not mindset, political appeal or political focus than you, or support a different political organization. It don't make sense going back and forth and cursing people out. Sometimes we just have to ignore certain things that we see on social media. Because if you respond, then the person responds, then it's just a whole set of response, and it's just arguments. And no one understands this more than me. No one understands this quite like me, because you guys know. You guys know. You guys saw last week and how last week went. Whole weekend. Right? My name is like, it's been used to make viral posts. If somebody mentioned me, then a whole set of people who just feel like they're disgusted by me. They never met me. Half of them never even come even close to where I live. They probably stood out in the road. All of a sudden, they know everything about me and everything about where I live and where I work and what I do. All of this crazy stuff. It's amazing. It's amazing, right? But it's all that psychology. It is that psychology that is written somewhere that these people learned. How to divide the people and how to keep them divided. But we need to identify it and keep speaking out on it. Anyway, guys, I'm way over time. I thank you so much. And again, I apologize to the young lady because she has a story to tell. And I've never done this before. I apologize 100 times for doing that now. But I just felt that need to be dealt with today. I just felt like at the point in time when I started the show, I just felt like something was telling me, no, I have to do this. I have to say this, right? So it's, as we go into the 50th anniversary of independence, it's not just independence of a piece of land, mass. It's about learning and relearning and educating and re-educating yourself and your children. Appreciating, accepting, and opening up the lines of communication. Be inclusive, understand. And if Buju Banton, I don't know how Buju Banton used to sing this song about Boom Bye Bye and all of this thing. Buju Banton used to sing that song. Even Buju Banton grew up, Even Buju Banton elevated himself, And who is a more hardened Rasta than Buju Banton? Buju Banton removed that song from his list, from his catalog. He doesn't sing it nowhere. At the time, that was a hit and he was performing it, but he has elevated his thought and thinking and acceptance and understanding of people and learn that the world is made up of different kinds of people. And he stopped. He said, you know what? Not going to be my catalog anymore. And he stopped. But you can be 75, 76, 77, whatever age, and you are perpetrating negativity, that type of negativity. Mr. Former Prime Minister, I hope you come out and you calm down the temperature of your supporters. It's not pretty, it's not nice out there. It's nasty. And it's going to get a lot more nasty. Look at social media for a second and you'll see what I'm talking about. So, this is a call, this is a plea, this is a cry out to the people that might be close to the former Prime Minister. He probably watches this program. Somebody might share it with him. Call a press conference. And instead of lambasting, you go deal with that another day. Deal with the division today. And I hope that the now current Prime Minister come out and echo the sentiments and talk about inclusivity and how we as a people could elevate ourselves and how we cannot go nowhere if we never or if we don't come together. How we go become a Grenada Republic? How are we going to change the name on the passport cover? How are we going to become the beacon? How are we going to elevate ourselves? By changing elements of the Constitution if we don't come together. NNP have 58%, NNP have 50, NDC have 58%, NNP have 52%, 48%, whatever the matter is. Anyway, to hold it against me. But you understand what I'm saying? But you need a two-thirds, a 67% majority in order to get any kind of referendum pass. How that go happen? We have to echo the sentiments. Again, and I'll say this last and I'm gone. Politics and the politician is a reflection of us, of us, of us. And people say, well, you don't even live in Grenada. What are you talking about? You don't even live there. Joke all you're making. Because you might see my physical body here. You might see my physical body here in New York at some time, but my heart, my soul, my body is in Grenada. So I never gave up my Grenadian citizenship, and I'll continue to be a Grenadian forever. I purposely never lost my accent, and I've been living in New York probably longer than, well, years longer than I lived in Grenada, because I'm a Grenadian. All right? Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for being a part of our program. On behalf of all of our production crew here, I say I apologize again to the young lady and to my producers and to my moderators for throwing you off course a bit, but sometimes we have to do this. Thanks again. We appreciate you. I want to tell you guys about a few things really quickly. That we are having a big executive cruise. This is going to be in Grenada for the 50th anniversary of independence. It's going to be at the, it's an excursion cruiser. So we're going up to, we are going up to Hog Island. We encourage you guys to get your tickets tonight. Get your tickets right now. Get your tickets right now. The link is executive. Let me put the link in there so you guys could get a ticket. That's the wrong link. So let me take up this and let me put the link in the chat. If you want to get your tickets, if you're going to be in Grenada, it's excursion, CRSION, cruise, se.event, bright.com. That's where you can get your tickets right now, guys. Get your tickets, and we want to see you. If you're in Grenada, we want to see you on the cruise, all right? Proceeds, guys, this cruise will be going towards the St. Andrews Anglican Primary School, and that's a school that was burnt. So when you support this cruise, proceeds will go back to the students and faculty of that institution that was burnt in Grenada. Tickets are $100 US at 260 EC. Early bird tickets are available now. It's executive cruise. Sorry, not excursion cruise. I write that wrong. Hold on. Executive, EXECUTIVE. Executive cruise. That event. Eventbrite.com. Sorry guys, that's the right link. That's it right here. Executive cruise.eventbrite.com. You can get the ticket online. If you want a physical ticket, you could call us 718-701-5720. If you're going to be in Grenada for Independence, we want you on that cruise. Food, drinks, entertainment. We're going to Hog Island with a catamaran, and it's just for the whole day. And we have some top executive. We have some top business leaders of countries, and I mean, it's just going to be really, really, really well. This cruise is endorsed by the Office of Diaspora Affairs. We want to also thank MIT for their assistance. It's just going to be a really, 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 really nice event, guys, and a good networking opportunity as well. We encourage everyone to get your tickets. It's the Executive Cruise, February 4th, 50th anniversary of independence, and we're heading off to Hog Island, all right? It's going to be a really, really nice event. We encourage you guys to check it out. Also, guys, Kem Jones is coming to New York, so I could get the flyer. So Kem is coming to New York, guys. And he will be at Nutmeg House. And tickets are also available right now. You could get your tickets for this event. It's happening in New York on December 2nd. It's going to be at Nutmeg House. The tickets are available right now. The link is... I'll put a link in the chat if you want to get your tickets for this event in New York. Right? If you're in New York, you want to be a part of that. It's going to be a big event. We'll be right back.
Wow, it's Instacash Grenada. Imagine a game with no numbers to choose from, no draws to wait on, and you can play it every day, including Sunday. That's Instacash. It's fast, it's easy to play, and you win prizes instantly. Instacash. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making dreams come true.
Grenada, as we celebrate 50 years of independence.
I love my Grenada.
Made in Grenada presents the celebration of 50 years of Calypso.
Open me a filter fat tonight, honey.
One stage.
No, not so fast.
One show.
Music holding me, controlling.
Grenada's best Calypsonians performing Grenada's greatest hits.
Don't take it out.
Sunday, February 11th, 2024 at 6 p.m. sharp. Grenada National Stadium. More information coming soon.
When the DJ play Peter Humphrey, she raise her hand and she tell me, making no play sweeter than home.
The government of Grenada, through the Ministry of Finance, is continuing the rollout of its tax amnesty initiative. The amnesty provides 100% waiver of all interest and penalties on all outstanding balances up to the end of December 2021. All taxpayers with outstanding tax balances and outstanding returns to file are encouraged to take advantage of this amnesty. All tax types administered by the division are eligible for tax amnesty. For further information on the tax amnesty, please contact the Inland Revenue Division at 435-6945 or 435-6946. Email tpshelpdesk@ird.gov.gd or visit our website ird.gd. Amnesty ends December 31st.
Now, get ready to conquer the road with Zion Driving Instructors, conveniently located at 1782 Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We are your ticket to driving success. We are known for and specialize in the best rates for driving classes, ensuring you reach your driving goals affordably and efficiently. Our expert instructors offer personalized one-on-one training, making you a confident and skilled driver. Plus, we offer convenient 5-hour classes and various packages deal to give you even more value. Ready to take the wheel? Call us today at 718-374-5678. That's 718-374-5678. Or visit ZionDrivingInstructors.com. That's ZionDrivingInstructors.com. Zion Driving Instructors, your journey to the open road starts here. Contact us and make your driving dreams a reality. Mention this ad and get a 5% off selected package.
The Ministry of Tourism and Economic Development and the Grenada Tourism Authority extend a warm welcome to visitors and returning nationals visiting for Carnival and summer vacation. We do hope you enjoy your stay with us, and we invite you to return with friends and family to celebrate our 50th anniversary of independence on 7th February 2024. Tourism is my business, your business, our business.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money day.
Advertise with us and reach millions daily, weekly, monthly. Yeah, over 10 million per month. It pays to advertise with us. Reach more and let us send your business viral. Advertise with us and reach more.